If you know anything about marketing, our emails get an open rate of 93%. I literally, what we've done is we've built the largest AI platform to get people booked on podcasts. Now, why is that important? Because just like we saw last year, we saw that podcasts are literally the most important long format advertising unit you can get out there. The only difference is with a podcast, you don't have seconds to get people's attention and teach them about your personal brand or your product or what you do. So what we do, the first thing we do is, for example, last night we transcribed 1.2 million podcasts that were uploaded in the last 24 hours into a text database. We have the largest database of podcast interviews in the world. And what we've done is when you put that on a local machine, you can search those databases, you can search that information and get information very quickly. Agent that looks into all that data and looks for keyword matches of podcasts. And then we have a third AI agent that is basically a large language machine learning agent where it becomes a digital version of you. We feed them your bio, we feed them so much information about yourself, so it actually becomes a digital version of yourself so that it can write an email to that podcast host pitching you as the next guest. And it knows literally so much about you that it becomes a digital version of you. And then the first thing we do when we write an email is we reference a recent episode for the podcast host to let the podcast know that, hey, we've done our homework on you. We know a little bit about your show. And this is why. Now, here's the crazy thing. If you know anything about marketing, our emails get an open rate of 93%. Get a reply rate as high as 36%. That's insane. Those numbers are insane when it comes to marketing.
Because you're talking about them, not yourself.
And at the end of the day, when we do that, people realize that they realize very quickly that it's stroking their ego. When you get a podcast host and you say, "Hey, your recent podcast was great," stroke their ego a little bit, and then say, "Hey, I should be on your next show." And then when they do that, we get massive open rates, but we get their attention, and we're talking to the right person. If you want to get booked on a podcast, you want to talk to the podcast host. So that's the key in life. You gotta talk to the right people to get the right deal.